The PlayStation 2. The greatest gaming console of all time. It had some of the greatest games of all time. Spider-Man 2, God of War 1 and 2, Final Fantasy X, Sands of Time, San Andreas. The list goes on. But the best thing about the PS2 was its horror games. The PS2 had an abundance of horror games, stemming classics like Resident Evil 4, Silent Hill 2, one of my favorite games of all time. But with such a giant catalog of horror games on the PS2, some games would unfortunately be lost with time and forgotten, like my channel sometimes. Only being brought back up in niche conversations on certain topics. And among these forgotten horror games is a hidden gem, Haunting Ground. Haunting Ground, to those that know it, is pretty much known as the spiritual successor of the Clock Tower franchise. After Clock Tower 3 being the massive flop that it was for its time, not gaining popularity till later in years, Capcom decided to completely shut down the franchise, and that was it. Clock Tower was done. But that didn't stop Capcom from coming out with a brand new game with the same format and just stamping a brand new name on it. Kind of like Amy Schumer jokes. There's also some crazy lore to this game. The concept of a girl wandering around a castle with a dog was made by Resident Evil 2 writer Noboru Sugimura for an early script of Resident Evil 4. Surely a game like this would be an instant hit. Yeah, well, you'd think so, huh? Haunting Ground released to mixed but mostly average reviews, mostly about the repetitive and sometimes frustrating gameplay. Oh yeah, also the fact that they decided to release the game only 4 months after the release of Resident Evil 4. So Capcom, being the company they are, put themselves in a situation where expectations were massively high, and no matter how good the game was, it was never going to live up to the hype of Resident Evil 4. So the game was quickly looked over and just forgotten. Haunting Ground is a stealth survival stalker horror game. That shit was so hard to say. You play as Fiona Belli, a young girl who wakes up trapped in a castle. You run around trying to escape while solving puzzles and avoiding enemies. Most of the time being Sloth from the Goonies. His name is like Debilititis, Hepatitis. I just like calling him Sloth. Sloth is a pretty easy enemy to avoid as long as you don't run out of stamina, which isn't that hard because he's pretty easy to outrun. There is no combat in this game, like at all. I mean, unless you count Fiona's little kicks. So the whole game you need to avoid the stalkers, whether that be running away or hiding. You find a dog named Hewei, and after saving him, he helps you throughout the game. Let me just say, the AI for Hewei is fucking phenomenal. Depending on how you treat Hewei depends on how much he listens to you and obeys commands. It's like a real dog. Like at first, he doesn't fully trust Fiona, so he doesn't obey commands as much.
Go!
You need to build trust with the fucking PS2 dog. Whereas if you just scold him and abuse him, not only will he not listen to you, but he may even attack you. Hewei is easily my favorite part of the game. I mean, he's a dog. So, surprisingly, the plot for this game isn't shit. Fiona was in a car accident with her parents that both died. She wakes up in a castle not knowing where she's at. Searching for a way to escape, Fiona encounters Sloth. He doesn't chase Fiona out of rage or with intentions to kill her. He just sees her as a doll, just wanting to play with her. That sounds weird. We meet the castle maid, Daniela. She actually shows up first in the game, giving Fiona a change of clothes before encountering Sloth. Later on, Daniela tells Fiona that she was made to be the person perfect woman, not only is Daniela infertile and cannot bear children, but cannot experience pain or pleasure. Me neither, girl. My girlfriend's out of town.
What?
We then encounter Ricardo, the keeper of the castle. He tells Fiona that the whole castle is now hers. Oh yeah, and your parents are dead. Mind you, this is right after showing us a statue of a pregnant woman and being like, see that? That's about to be you. Fiona is called on the phone by a man named Lorenzo, who claims that he wants to help us escape and that we shouldn't trust Ricardo. Who would have thought? Sloth is able to trap us in the chapel. Sloth is able to trap us in the chapel. What? Fuck. Sloth is able to trap us. Fuck. Sloth is able to trap us in the chapel, so Fiona drops a damn chandelier on him, and after that, he walks away and never bothers you again for the rest of the game. We encounter Daniela again, who now, jealous of Fiona, is hunting her down to essentially cut out her womb, so that Daniela may now be complete. It's like an abortion, but reversed. Daniela is a harder enemy than Sloth, being faster and a wider range when she swings. Daniela finally traps Fiona, and filled with rage for Fiona, she says how unfair it is that Fiona is a complete woman, something she herself is not and can never be. After that, Fiona pretty much kills Daniela by breaking the glass roof above and impaling Daniela. Ricardo comes back and tells Fiona that she has the Azoth, something he wants. He points the blicky at Fiona, but she somehow dodges it and just runs away without him pulling the trigger. Fiona is able to make it into the forest, but Ricardo follows, and it's here that it's revealed that Ricardo is a clone of her father, Ugo. And it was at this point of the game that I was kind of lost, because one, he pulls the hood off and we don't know what her dad looks like. Nothing really led to that, and then the random reveal of him being a clone. Fiona is then captured, but Hewei finds us and we're able to escape and make it to the top of a tower. Using a toy bridge she found earlier, Fiona rises a bridge that leads to a nearby mansion. Ricardo once again traps Fiona, but this time with the help of Hewei, Ricardo is pushed off the tower to his death. Haunting ground, more like it hit the ground.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Making it to the nearby mansion, Fiona encounters Lorenzo, the man from the phone, but it's revealed that it was all a trap to get Fiona to come to him. Lorenzo reveals that he made Ricardo and Ugo as clones. Ugo ran off and fell in love with Ayla and eventually had Fiona. Ugo had the Azoth within him and passed that down to Fiona, who now has the Azoth in her. Lorenzo chases Fiona and dies, but Lorenzo keeps coming back while also de-aging himself. Fiona pushes Lorenzo into a lava pit, but Lorenzo comes back again as a flaming skeleton, chasing down Fiona, but collapses at the end trying to block the exit. Fiona finally makes it out and to the front gate and can't seem to get her bearings. Trembling and not being able to unlock the door, she looks back at Hewei. And we see Sloth one more time letting her leave. And that's the end of the game. This game put me through so many emotions, it's insane. On the surface, sure, this game is just another survival horror game where you just have to evade enemies, solve puzzles to uncover the truth and escape. But this game is so much more than that. Haunting Ground delves into so many underlining themes of womanhood, societal standards, objectification. Throughout the game, Fiona is seen solely as an object. Lorenzo and Ricardo only seeing Fiona as a vessel for the Azoth and for pregnancy, with Lorenzo even correcting himself one time after calling Fiona by her name.
My Azoth, come to me. Come to me.
She isn't a human being to them, just the Azoth. Their Azoth. As if she's just a possession to them. The Azoth was promised to be 3,000 years ago. Sloth, or Debilitas, sees Fiona solely as a doll or a plaything. He sees her as his plaything, not as a sentient human being. Arguable that since Sloth is obviously mentally disabled, it's not his fault for seeing Fiona that way. Because even in the end, after Fiona traps him in the little chandelier, he doesn't stop chasing her because now he's afraid of her, that she beat him. He now sees her as just like a god, seeing her as an object of worship. Daniela sees Fiona solely for her womb and her womb alone. Jealous that Fiona is the one Ricardo seeks when he has her, the perfect woman, but she isn't perfect. Again, not seeing Fiona as a living, breathing person, person, but as a womb that is hers to take regardless of Fiona. You could also say that Daniela is the embodiment of jealousy, self-identity, or inadequacy. Daniela sees herself as incomplete, but sees Fiona as complete. So Fiona actually being the perfect woman that Daniela should be. So when Ricardo wants Fiona instead of her, she does everything she can to be the complete woman, even if that means chasing down Fiona and carving out her womb like it's a fucking pumpkin. And Fiona, being the center of all of this, is expected to comply. Regardless if she rejects any of it, her say means nothing. I mean, yeah, she's a woman. She's expected to comply, listen, and obey without retaliation, which could be interpreted as societal pressures on women or society as a whole. She's expected to bear a child, whether it's consenting or not. I mean, I could go on about the themes in this game because it's a lot. I ended up delving deep into this game, and I'm glad I did, because this game is great. I think it still holds up now, even if you take the game at face value, just what it is, without all the other themes of it, it still holds up. Sure, the stalker part of the game can get pretty repetitive. I'd highly recommend you play this game, even though the prices for this game are through the fucking roof. Holy shit, I didn't know tariffs hit damn PS2 games. This game made me a feminist.